A young single mom was determined to give her baby the best of everything. After switching to premium organic diapers advertised by her favorite mommy bloggers, her 6-month-old wouldn't stop crying. For 4 days and nights, she tried every trick from the internet, until that evening when she changed the diaper and froze, her hands trembling at what she saw. What she discovered under those expensive diapers will make every parent think twice. Sarah lived for her daughter Emma's smile. Nothing brightened her exhausting days more than seeing those tiny dimples appear on her 6-month-old's chubby cheeks. As a single mother juggling 2 jobs, Sarah was running on coffee and determination, but she wouldn't have it any other way. Her daughter deserved the very best, even if that meant pushing herself to the limit. Every morning started the same way. Sarah would wake up at 5 a.m., prepare Emma's bottles for the day, pack her diaper bag for daycare, and scroll through her countless parenting apps while having breakfast. Her phone had become a library of motherhood advice, filled with expert opinions on everything from sleep training to developmental milestones. Each notification promised another secret to perfect parenting, another must-have product, another technique she needed to master. The pressure to be perfect was overwhelming. Sarah's camera roll was filled with thousands of photos of Emma, each one carefully edited to match the aesthetic she saw on mommy blogs. She'd spend hours trying to capture the perfect shot of Emma with her toys, wanting desperately to create those picture-perfect moments she saw online. But real life was messier. Emma would rather chew on the expensive wooden blocks than arrange them aesthetically, and those pristine white outfits rarely stayed clean for more than a few minutes. At night, after Emma was asleep, Sarah would often find herself crying silently in the bathroom, overwhelmed by the constant pressure to do more, be more, buy more. Her savings were dwindling, her credit card debt was mounting, but the fear of not giving Emma the best kept her trapped in this cycle of endless consumption. The hours at her office job seemed to drag endlessly as Sarah thought about getting back to Emma. During her lunch breaks, she would browse through mommy blogs, noting down recommended products and techniques. Her coworkers had stopped inviting her to lunch. They knew she'd spend the whole time researching parenting tips or shopping for baby products. Her evening routine wasn't any easier. After picking up Emma from daycare, she would settle her daughter to sleep before starting her remote work shift, her laptop screen illuminating the dark living room until midnight. Sarah's small apartment had gradually transformed into what looked like a baby boutique showroom. The living room shelves were lined with natural wooden toys that cost a week's grocery budget. The closet was stuffed with organic cotton onesies, each one promising to be gentler on baby skin than the last. Every trending baby item that promised better development, safer sleep, or happier playtime found its way into their home, even if it meant Sarah had to skip her own needs. The parenting groups she joined online were filled with heated debates about every aspect of child rearing. Mothers would argue passionately about the best feeding schedules, the safest sleep positions, the most developmental toys. Sarah found herself constantly second-guessing her decisions, worried she was somehow damaging her daughter's future by making the wrong choices. Every choice seemed monumental. The wrong teething toy might delay speech development, the wrong sleep schedule might affect brain growth, the wrong diaper might expose Emma to harmful chemicals. Her Instagram feed was a constant stream of perfectly curated nurseries and smiling babies in expensive, eco-friendly outfits. The mommy bloggers she followed seemed to have it all figured out. Their babies never cried, their nurseries were always spotless, and they swore by premium organic products for everything. Sarah wanted that same perfection for Emma. Each night she would compare her own cluttered apartment to these picture-perfect homes, wondering what she was doing wrong. Last week, while scrolling through her feed late at night, a post caught her attention. A popular mommy influencer was warning her followers about the hidden dangers of regular store-brand diapers. The post had thousands of shares and comments from concerned mothers. According to the influencer, only one brand of organic diapers was truly safe for babies, the same brand all the top parenting bloggers were using. The post included shocking statistics about chemicals in regular diapers, and their potential long-term effects on babies. The price made Sarah wince. A month's supply of these premium diapers cost more than her weekly groceries. But as she read comment after comment praising their gentleness and purity, she convinced herself it was worth the investment. After all, what price could she put on her daughter's well-being? The influencer's words kept echoing in her mind. You wouldn't knowingly expose your baby to harmful chemicals, would you? Sarah placed the order that night, using money she'd been saving for Emma's future. When the beautifully packaged diapers arrived, Sarah felt a surge of pride. The soft, natural-colored diapers looked exactly like the ones she'd seen in countless Instagram posts. They even came with a handwritten note about their commitment to baby safety. The packaging was filled with reassuring phrases about purity and gentleness. This was what good mothers used. She was finally doing something right. Sarah carefully arranged them in Emma's changing station, taking a photo to share in her parenting groups. That first night with the new diapers, Emma seemed restless. Her usual bedtime routine of gentle rocking and lullabies didn't seem to work. Sarah noticed her daughter squirming more than usual, but surely it was just the adjustment to something new. The parenting blogs always said babies needed time to adapt to changes. She posted in one of her online groups, and other mothers reassured her that their babies had also taken time to adjust to the premium diapers. As Emma's fussiness continued into the second night, Sarah's anxiety grew. She spent hours reading more blog posts, ordering more recommended products. A special sleep sack promised to help with nighttime comfort. A new white noise machine was rushed to her door. Essential oils arrived with promises of soothing properties. Each purchase drained her bank account further, but Sarah was desperate for solutions. By the fourth night, Emma's cries had reached a heartbreaking intensity. The neighbors left notes about the noise, her supervisor had noticed her exhaustion at work, and her evening job deadlines were all slipping past. Sarah had tried every technique she'd read about online: the special hold demonstrated in viral videos, the specific padding rhythm guaranteed to soothe any baby, the exact words to whisper that supposedly triggered calm. Nothing worked. That evening, as Emma's desperate wails filled their small apartment, Sarah finally put down her phone. The screen that had been her constant companion, her source of advice and validation, suddenly seemed less important than her crying daughter. For the first time in days, she really looked at Emma, not through her phone camera, not comparing her to the babies on Instagram, but really seeing her own child. As she changed the expensive diaper, her hands trembled at what she saw. Angry red welts covered Emma's delicate skin, a severe reaction to the premium diapers that were supposed to be pure and gentle. The realization hit her like a physical blow. She had ignored her daughter's distress, trusted strangers on the internet over her own maternal instincts, all in pursuit of some idealized version of motherhood. With shaking hands, Sarah reached for the regular store-brand diapers they had used before. They weren't packaged in elegant boxes, they didn't come with handwritten notes about purity, and no influencer had ever endorsed them. But they had never caused Emma any discomfort. Within hours of switching back, Emma's crying began to subside. By the next day, the angry rash was starting to fade. Most importantly, those precious dimples returned to her baby's cheeks. That night, as Emma slept peacefully for the first time in days, Sarah looked around their apartment. The expensive toys, the organic clothes, the premium products, none of them had made her a better mother. The real moments of connection with Emma had nothing to do with the products she bought or the techniques she learned online. They were in the quiet morning cuddles, the silly games that made Emma laugh, the instinctive way she could tell what her daughter needed, if only she trusted herself to listen. Sarah began to pack up the unused premium diapers, along with many of the other expensive items she'd accumulated. Each one represented a moment when she'd doubted herself, when she'd let social media convince her that perfect parenting could be bought. She realized now that the best gift she could give Emma wasn't the most expensive products or the latest trends. It was a mother who trusted herself, who listened to her baby's needs instead of influencer recommendations, who understood that real love couldn't be measured in likes or shares. In the following weeks, Sarah's phone spent more time face down on the table. The parenting apps were deleted one by one, the influencer accounts unfollowed. Instead of scrolling through perfectly staged photos, she spent her free moments playing with Emma, learning her daughter's unique cues and preferences. The apartment might not have looked Instagram-worthy anymore, but it was filled with something more valuable: genuine laughter, real moments, authentic connection. This experience taught Sarah that while the internet could offer advice and support, it couldn't replace a mother's intuition about her child's needs. The perfect parenting portrayed on social media was just an illusion, often hiding more truth than it revealed. Real parenting wasn't about having the most expensive products or following every trending technique. It was about listening to your child, trusting your instincts, and understanding that every baby is unique. In the end, what made Emma happiest wasn't the premium diapers, the organic toys, or the latest parenting trends. It was having a mother who finally learned to listen to her baby's needs instead of social media's demands. Sometimes the best parenting advice isn't found in viral posts or influencer recommendations. It's found in the quiet moments when we truly connect with our children and trust ourselves to know what they need. Sarah's journey taught her that being a perfect mother wasn't about buying the right products or following the right influencers. It was about being present, being authentic, and trusting the deep connection between mother and child.